All right. What is going on, everybody? It is going good, Stream Hero. Great to see you. Now, Stream Hero, I was under the impression that you had places to be tonight. Playing some other games. So, it's good to see you. A pleasant surprise. All right, let me get my pop-out chats going here. I barely made it, guys. I barely made it. We're here, though. We did make it. It was a tight run thing. Prince, thank you for the Amazon Prime sub for 16 months in a row. And guys, it is just about time for our first round. I don't even know who's all joined the tournament yet. I literally sat down, got some M&Ms and a water, and here we are. So we currently have 30 players in the bracket. Let's see here. Participants, we're at 30. So that's good. A good showing. Skylac, thank you for the... Oh, you're gifting a sub. Who's getting this gifted sub? Merlo. Wait, Merlo getting the gifted sub? That's interesting. So Merlo, welcome back to the church. 1 minute until I lock the... 1 minute until tournament is locked in. So, sorry I was late today, guys. We just had a... We'll call it a teacher's meeting. We'll call it a teacher's meeting after school today that ran a little bit long. Which happens. You know. But it was a good week at school. It was a good week at school. Oh, Legions! Thank you for the sub! Wait, that didn't even show up. Oh, Legions got gifted the sub. So Michael gifts a tier 1 sub to Ozymandias, and Coryu gifts a tier 1 sub to Legions. Guys, if you don't watch Legions channel, really cool dude, check him out. Audacious. That's my brother-in-law. What's going on, dude? Great to see you. 19 months, and I'll be at your house this weekend. Looking forward to that on Sunday. Oh, you told me? Stream Hero? I literally have not been home all day. We got tier 2 hype train going on Twitch, though. That's pretty OP. Okay, it is 5:30. I'm going to shuffle the seeds. Seeds are shuffled. Bracket is locked. So let's go ahead and check out the bracket. Here you go. It looks like AMTF is catching a first round bye. Zuvarius is catching a first round bye, which looks like a new player. So, new player catching a bye. And remember, we are operating under a new rule set this week. Let me show that off. Here's the new rules. Points go to top 16 finishers today. So the top 16 finishers in the bracket will score points, which is pretty cool. Starwolf, I'm sorry you didn't get in. I'm sorry you missed out, my friend. But it has been a crazy day. Hey, yeah, and so we see that message, Taurus. We shall be patient. Now, as you can see, I'm opening up War of the Visions. Uh-oh. Michael, gifting some bits, keeping the hype train alive. Guys, once again, big shout out to Starlet Francesca for reffing tonight. She takes time out of her Friday every week to be our ref, so much love to her. Get my camera adjusted here. But let's go ahead and jump into some rooms and get this tournament rolling. How about a little SandRooster versus Zuvarius action? 77014. We will chill in that room at least until both players are in. And they are in. And here we go. Now, remember, this is the Kingdoms week, which means for weeks 2 and 3. Reset, yes, I bought that 30. I bought that 30-day bundle. Wow. I got sidetracked really easy right there. So week 1, anything goes. You can play any teams you want, which makes me really interested to see what Zuvarius is running behind a Rosa. Rosa, not a super common pick on a week ones of a tournament. And she'll also be banned the rest of the week, right? She's not from a kingdom. She's a crossover unit. So if you're going to see some Rosa action, this is the week to see it. Here we go. Now, SandRooster showing the Dark Rayleigh, but with 1944 magic backing that up, definitely has something else in the bag, right? Some kind of mage sitting behind there. It's probably Rayleigh, Joker, something for SandRooster. And Zuvarius at 4100 attack. I'd like to see a Victoria. I think a Victoria would be a really cool show off that new master ability too. So we'll see. Now, as far as delaying the start or anything like that, I don't know. I will visit that. I would not delay the start of the tournament, but I might see what anybody's interest is in moving it till Saturday. We'll hold that conversation till the end because the first match of the day is live. So here we go. And we were right. It is going to be Joker, Fina, and that's going to be, yeah, Joker, Dark Fina, and Target Brand Little Rayleigh for SandRooster's team. So it is the Dark combo plus our newest 100 cost Dark unit in Fina, so that's pretty cool. And we're getting an all-missile team here from Zuvarius. We are actually kicking today off with a King Curry sighting. I bet you nobody saw King Curry coming straight out the gates into Friday Night Fights this week, but this is the world that we live in, and Zuvarius is going to try to outrange his opponent right here. Now, Joker can return that missile damage, but is not, I would say, like a true missile unit like what Zuvarius is running. We'll see if SandRooster's like OP meta team can take down the ice missile team. We get the bells off there for Zuvarius, so that'll be nice. Make sure you got no AP problems. Rosa, with actually nothing to do on her second turn, will just hang out. And here comes name brand Little Rayleigh. She's actually going to step down and do a little tactical training buff again. This map is actually very good for buffing. Curry drops an AoE attack right there, applies Frostbite. He applies AoE Frostbite, but Knight's Blessing comes out from Dark Fina. That is really interesting. She goes for the AoE heal and shield, and that might be just a huge deal. Now, the girl whose name I can never remember, our newest Ice Archer, goes for Warning Volley, drops a little bit of AoE damage across the crowd, but all the shields are really mitigating that, and Joker's just out here blocking all of the damage as Rosa and Eliza, that's her name, come in here to do a little work. There's a buff from Rayleigh. She steps forward. Her AP will begin to drain from her, and Curry's going to look to apply more Frostbite across the team. He still has 64 AP, so can do basically whatever he wants, but after he goes, it's going to be Joker Rayleigh next. Now, he does hit everyone on the enemy team with his damage, and they're all low, and there we go. We get a reflex coming out here from the Ice Missile team, and it's a big one. So no damage on Eliza. That's her name, right? Eliza. Bo Ibarra takes no damage. Rosa gets one shot by Fina, so that's broken. But here she comes. Bo Fina, Ice Bo Fina on the counterattack. She's got Bell, so she has 159 AP. She can do whatever she wants. She goes Warning Volley. It's a double kill. It's a double kill. Is the Ice Missile team with Curry going to actually take down the meta Dark team? Probably not, because now it's Curry in a 1v1 against Target Rayleigh, and I favor Target Rayleigh in that matchup. Sharpshoot will do 2115 damage to her. That Knight's Blessing buff on about turn 3 is going to end up being the difference in the fight. Now, she is out of AP. She's down to 12, so she's going to have to just buff right here. It buys another Sharpshoot out of Curry. Can he kill her with this? That's going to be the question. No, 2112 damage. She's out of AP. She gets on him. She goes for the auto attack. Reflex! Wait, he reflexes it! King Curry sidesteps it, reflexes. He steps back. He has 1 AP though. He also cannot do any moves at 1 frame per second. What kind of damage are we going to get? She lives! And if she lives, she'll heal. Okay, she's still alive. But name brand Little Rayleigh, can she close the gap? She can. She hits him 2344. That'll take him out. And SandRooster wins a fight that probably had zero business being as close as it was. King Curry, you guys. King Curry almost hard carried that fight all by himself. Anyway, GG, SandRooster with the win, and there we go. That is a spicy beginning to this fight. I gotta say, this map, early on, this map looks like it's going to be a big player for people that like to get some early turn buff rotations on. I think that really did help the Ice team there. Okay, let's go for Ace versus Rygart, 64147 for our next match. 64147. If you guys are new this week, you do not wait for your match to be on stream. You just play them out. As soon as both players are in the room ready to go, you hit that start button and get it rolling. The only real rule that you're contesting with this week is once you're in the lobby, no changing of your attack and magic stat. You can't basically snipe the enemy team like that. So, there we go. Now, Cuckington makes a crucial point in the chat. He says, as soon as I spectate him, that's an RIP. It's true. He has the ultimate caster curse. Now, we're waiting for Ace here. Is Ace around? Ace is, he's showing us in chat, so we'll see. Francesca, Rygart, and Ace might be one to keep an eye on. As far as, like, maybe Ace being AFK or something. It is a first round match. Ace is a veteran of the scene, though, so I'm sure he'll show up at some point. What the heck? The bottom bracket down here getting matches done. Literally no match in the top bracket has finished yet. Okay, let's just go find... Oh, no, there's Ace. Ace is here. And Ace looks like he's bringing out the water meta. So I would not be surprised once again. Rygart is probably running the same team we just watched. It's probably Leela, Joker, Fina. And Ace, with 3,400 attack and only 1,300 magic, is probably Astrius, Celis, and an attack damage water unit. We shall see. Yeah, it's Titus. Oh my, that is spicy. We get to see some Titus action today. And I was dead wrong about Rygart's team too. It's actually Ruinstern, Joker, Black Rose, Helena. So Black Rose Helena refusing to be pushed to the side of the dark meta team by Fina yet is going to cast her own Trustmaster buff and begin moving towards engaging the enemy. Ruinstern going to go Illusion. This is a possible, like, quasi-evade dark setup. If you haven't seen these teams yet for Dark, basically what you can do with Dark teams right now is run a little bit of evade. So if you come across a team that does not have a bunch of sure hit attacks or doesn't run any accuracy at all, you can get some cheesy evades in. It's a really strong strategy. You don't have to lean all the way into evade and give up all your, like, resist, your AoE resist or something like that, but you can run just enough, especially if you have some of the good UR evade gear, that it will be annoying for the enemy team to deal with. So we might be seeing that out of Rygart here after taking advantage of that turn 1 Ruinstern accuracy buff for his group. Okay, Ruinstern, I'm really curious to see what Ruinstern can do as well. This man has a massive power-up on the table for him at some point. He has not received it yet in Global, where he gets to, like, basically not die once, which is pretty cool. Speaking of not dying once, there's Astrius giving him Self-Courage because he's an OP unit. Here's Treasure Hunter's Fortune. That's an Agility Luck buff. That luck will be very helpful in hitting the evade if the Dark team is running it. Now, Celis does not have that buff. She goes for Magic Burst, and it is indeed dodged by both of Rygart's most forward Dark units. So that is interesting. Now, Black Rose Helena on the counterattack. Tinderbolt Rose, the limit break coming out. She's going to look to open up the damage dealing here, and she does a little bit of damage. Now, I know that looks like a spell, and it looks like Celis should have just eaten that, but Celis will not eat limit breaks. So, Black Rose Helena finds a way around the Celis tank with the limit break right there. She then eats 5,800 damage from Joker, and Ruinstern is going to get to go before Celis does. He probably kills her. Here's Unfailing Voidblade coming out from Astrius, and speaking of killing people, he goes ahead and kills Black Rose Helena. But we got two people grouped for our boy Ruinstern. He steps forward, Hazard Render. It will almost, and I mean like almost, kill the Celis. She's about 1 HP. Titus comes through with Taunting Blade. That's a double kill. And the Water team from Ace takes down the meta Dark team in the meta versus meta matchup. Water wins the day today. Although I will say that Dark team might not have been exactly the Dark meta. It was still pretty freaking cool. Okay. Good fights so far. Good fight so far. Yeah, now, James asks, hey, I'm new to the PvP tourney. Where do I find my opponent? So, James, what you're seeing right here on the screen is the Match Codes channel in my Discord. So this is where you just at your opponent. They will have a number for you to join their room, and that's where you pick up the fight. Okay, speaking of 43159, let's scope out that one. Maverick versus YB. That seems cool. 43159. See if both players are in this room yet. I have no idea what the battery life on my phone is yet, so hopefully it does not die. Now, Maverick versus, okay, YB is the Discord name. It's RXYB. So, okay, YB versus Maverick here. It is Wind versus Wind. Wind has picked up huge meta units in the last month plus. Sottily and Summer Jaden. You are seeing both of those thick boys on the screen right here. Wind versus Wind? Yeah, let's check it out. We've seen Dark so far, we've seen Ice so far, and we've seen Water. Here's 2 Wind teams. I think all Wind teams will probably find a way to work Joom into their team, and probably they'll all receive that buff right there from Sottily. The interesting thing here is the initial placement from Maverick's team, choosing to start down those stairs kind of in that low corner. That's an interesting thing, and we've seen most other players, especially on the left side of the map today, start really far forward looking to get into the fight early. But Wind teams like this, I mean, Jade and Sottily love to get their buffs off, and this is a very buff-heavy team from YB. Marymore is a buff goddess. She's out here casting all her buffs. Indie Earth, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. That is 16 months. And Indie Earth, it is my pleasure. Thank you as well for always bringing your Void people over after your streams. Okay. Sottily out here doing his buffs, getting those elemental attack resists online. And I gotta say for Maverick, the weapon skin on his Jaden using the crazy gun, that is super meta weapon skin game right there. OP online. Meanwhile, YB over here using the Super Soaker skin, which is also, it's the newest one. It's pretty cool as well. Okay, here we go. Joom going to be able to get into aggro range here. Does pop bells first, but now should be starting to draw attacks from the enemy. There's Indoctrination from Sottily. He immediately knocks the bells. She buffs bells on herself, and he says, "Oh, no, you do not." And he immediately removes those bells. Jaden will follow that up, and we're going to end up with a big chain on Joom right here. She's low HP, and she's had her hate buffs removed from her. So she is very much neutered right here. And she's dead. YB's team moves on to Joom and immediately pops her re-raise. And it's Sottily's turn again already. Really taking advantage of the fact that it looks like he has his resonance with his units built up. So Joom being far ahead is a good thing in theory, because she's able to eat all of those attacks without drawing any AoE to her team, but losing out on the agility buff from being in proximity to other units gets her killed. Now, the counter attack. Piercing Ray, AoE damage, and it's big AoE damage, hits the entire enemy team for a huge chunk, but it is before he receives the wind attack buff. I don't think it would have killed anybody anyway, but Marymore right there might have had her re-raise popped before she attacked by that counter attack. If the buff had come online earlier, we'll have to see. It's Sottily versus 3, and one of those 3 is another Sottily. He goes for the Indoctrination, that's big damage, and Sottily for Maverick is not long for this world. Here comes YB Sottily, he shoots him 3,871 damage, that's a GG. And YB knocks off Maverick, the Grand Champion. The Grand Champion of our last cup takes a early round L in week 1 today. GG. All right, let's find another fight. Whew, deep breaths. Let's take a drink of water too. Water's always good. Death, Zalgardis makes the mention that Death is the best crowd control. Yes, I agree. Death is the best crowd control. So, Indy, you were gonna play today? Indy, that would have been hype level 9,000. Okay, let's do a little, shall we? Let's look for somebody we haven't covered yet today. We might just hang out and wait for a code. I see a lot of GGs coming in the chat. Let's wait for a fresh code to come across. Here, we'll watch the chat. As soon as a fresh code comes out, we will jump in that room. Until then, I'm going to eat some delicious peanut M&Ms. Now, if you haven't heard my ad for peanut M&Ms yet, let me give it to you. They don't sponsor this stream, but peanut M&Ms are the second best M&Ms. They're really good. Almost as good as peanut butter M&Ms, but not quite. We happen to have a bag of these around the house, so that's what I'm eating. Peanut M&Ms. Yum. and save one on the side for later, that's always a good idea. Especially if it happens by accident, though. Good morning, Uzua. Straylight, it's going great. How are you doing tonight? Sursit, thank you for the Amazon Prime sub. Sursit, it's our 1-year anniversary. That's 12 months of Amazon Prime. Happy 1-year anniversary, my dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. AMTF, what the hell is wrong with the UK if you don't have peanut M&Ms? Peanut butter M&Ms. You know, that's the kind of freedom we fought for in that one war that we had once. 79175. Little did we know at the time that the outcome of the Revolutionary War was peanut butter M&Ms. Oh my god. Look at this spicy matchup. Okay, we've got Johnny B versus Taurus. Johnny B running what looks like a water team with Celis, but look at all that magic on Johnny B's team. That is not a Celis Asterius. That is Celis some other stuff. Probably like, maybe it's like a more Aerith. Maybe it's an Ildira mixed in there. I don't know, something like that. And then we've got Taurus flexing the slot 1 body positivity issues Moraga right there. That waist is real thin. And those pecs are real big. So there we go. And Fafnir, your 1-year War of the Visions anniversary is today. Happy anniversary. And hi, Cersei. Reese's Pieces are better than peanut butter M&Ms. They're like almost the same thing. They're both really good. Alright, here we go. Okay. So, it's actually a mono Earth team from Taurus. We're going Oberon, Noctis, Moraga. This is top tier Earth. Like, if Earth is going to win, it's something like this. I think you could sub out Moraga for like a Luel, maybe. But I think the Oberon Noctis is core. Now, Johnny B is running double mages with the Celis, but it's actually Dark Fina and Summer Elsorel. So not mono water, going for water tank, water mage, dark mage. Interesting. Here comes some buff from Noctis. He's going to look to get his buffs online. He's going to never mind. I was expecting some AoE buffs right there. He might actually have his AoE buffs turned off because he goes for the solo buff instead. Interesting. So no like AoE shell or spirit buff coming out from Noctis. Now, here's the Caledon Stormblast move. 8-pass Dragon Strike. Sill Spear comes to the fist. In the air, Celis will take 4,100 damage from that. And Celis, not the best tank against these Earth bros. Like, there are no mages on the Earth team. That's bad news for our girl Celis. Here comes Noctis rocking 10,580 HP. And now he puts his Conjure Armiger buff online. So he's fully unlocked. He's ready to go. Celis on the counterattack will Magic Burst the enemy. A little bit of damage, but Earth teams are notoriously thick boys. And here's the thickest boy of all, Moraga. Only 875. So, one thing that Celis does have going for her is she's very heavily stacked against the slashing, but Oberon's going to drop some piercing damage on her right here, and it's going to chain. This will chain at least with the Earth from Moraga's attack, but Dreamy Typhoon coming out from Elsorel. So she's going to take a nap next to the ocean. You got to watch out for those Typhoons. Big damage across the board right there from her, and the Earth Bros are getting chunked a little bit. Okay, Noctis is up next. If he does not target Celis right here, it means she's going to die from Oberon. He does target both of them. Conjure Armiger will come across, nearly killing Celis and taking Summer Elsorel to about half. It's Dark Phoenix turn. The Earth Boys are very grouped up, and there is a ton of AoE on this team. Celis will die to the jump right there. Thank you for the follow, Eternal Chrysalis. All the Earth Boys are still alive, and it's their turn. Moraga slaps the girls with his big axe. We got a stud on Summer Elsie. Summer Elsie is looking really, really tanky in this fight right here, though. But Oberon is about to put an end, I think, to the water team's dream. He's thinking right now, this might be a summon? Is he going to summon? No, he's just going to go with Royal Rend, a double hitting attack that will kill Elsie. She has re-raise, so she's going to come back to life, but Dark Phoenix does not. She will, oh, no, I take it back. She does come back to life, and oh no, he made a mistake. Skyhammer will bail him out, though. That was almost real bad for Taurus' Earth Bros team, because popping the re-raise on Summer Elsie right there actually removed her stun. She almost got to kill everybody. It was that close. She was one move away from, like, water bombing the whole team. close. Close. Close, close, close. Okay, GG though. Good stuff. Fun fight. Let's move on. Alright, checking the Discord. Francesca out here doing God's work, moving people along. How about a little Dervis versus Rygart action, 4-2-3-1. Luciano says, I signed out for a manual tourney. Not on this channel, you didn't. Eternal Chrysalis says, never knew War of the Visions was this crazy. I'm going to give it a go sooner or later. You won't regret it. This is a great game. War of Visions is a top tier mobile game. 100%. Okay, what were we going to do? 4-2-3-1? Let's jump in there. 4-2-3-1. Alright, we might be loading. Alright, we're loading straight into a done lobby. So here we go. Dervis versus Rygart. Dervis showing that slot 1 Celis, and with 2,000 attack backing that up, I very much expect to see an Asterius back there. Rygart, on the other hand, slot 1 Joker, but 2,900 magic. Is it Joker, Fina, Black Rose, Helena? That could be the case. That could be the case. We might see double mages. Now, for Celis, that's probably what she wants. Like, Celis would love a Fina. Well, I say that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. Both players are readied up, and we're just waiting for that go button. I'm going to take a drink. Yes, Sir, this is anything goes week. This is an anything goes week. SV, yeah, I'm sorry the tournaments aren't 2 hours later, but I would not make it. If these tournaments ended like after 9 o'clock my time, I would be long gone. Like, I go to bed at like 9 o'clock. What's up, Need? Okay, so it's Celis Asterius Velis, our actual first Velis sighting today, which is a little surprising considering how great of a unit that is. Yeah, so look for some haste, look for some buffs. Here comes Deep Fortification, a little slash resist, and HP buff for the group right here. And it's going to be, oh, it's Golbez for Rygart. So, correctly guessed 2 of the units. Black Rose Helena Joker, yep, but also a Golbez. Celis might have a field day right here. If Celis is able to just absorb a whole round of attacks from Helena and Golbez, it could put the Dark Team too far behind. And with the haste coming out from this Velis, 1 round of being behind might just be too much. We'll have to see what happens though. Here's Helena putting her own TMR buff online, so she's a little faster and a little bit tankier. But speaking of faster, oh, it's Velis, and he's going to make everyone on his team super fast. I'm going to eat some M&Ms. Okay, Golbez's turn. Now, I will say, this map, in my opinion, not the greatest map in the world for Golbez. He really, like, especially if the enemy team turtles a little bit against him, he's going to run out of power early. You know, Golbez is on a timer. He wants fights to go quickly into the fray, and he does not like fights that drag out. However, Dervis's team, being all hasted up, might end up moving into his range. We'll see what kind of move and jump this Celis has. She's going to end up taking the long way around. And yeah, this Golbez might be in for a bit of a rude awakening. Okay, Joker's turn. He's going to put bells on himself. That's a good idea. Oh, man. Woo! Almost swallowed an M&M wrong. That's rough. Anyway, we're just buffing. It's Black Rose Helena's turn. Dark and Focus. A little accuracy buff for the Dark Team here. Alright. Velis' turn. Everybody has haste. Oftentimes here, Velis will cast a TMR buff on himself. Like no, he's in range for a Blizzaga. So Velis himself, the support, opens up the damage dealing. Drops 1,800 damage on Black Rose Helena. Another round of Deep Fortification comes out from Asterius, so he's moving towards the fight here. Celis' turn, looking to move into range, will go Undefeated General's Pride, reinforcing her hate buff and giving herself some unit resist. Okay, Golbez's turn. He's going to Missing Moon, give himself that buff, gives a debuff resistance and magic attack up. Here comes Joker. What can Joker do? He steps forward. He's going to do his Limit Break Riot Gun. Coming out from Joker right here. Summons Arson. Going to do about, oh, let's say 2384 damage to the Celis. That is not enough. Because here comes Black Rose Helena. Now, ideally, she would use a Limit Break right here. Try to burn down this Celis a little bit more. but we'll see. Anything but the limit break is going to just get gobbled up. It is a limit break. Tenebral Rose coming out. Alright, this won't get eaten or absorbed. Instead, it will do about 4,600 damage. And the Celis is low, but guess what? Velis is on this team, and Velis is like, oh look, I have low HP friends on my team. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to channel a spell that heals you and restores all your AP. Meanwhile, Cross Destruction comes out, a defense debuff across the Dark team, or at least across Golbez and Joker. Here's Snow Healing, and everyone on the Water team is full HP. Celis is turning in. She steps forward, Magic Burst, big damage from the tank right there across the whole squad, and Joker is like, look, hold up, I'm rethinking my life choices right here. What am I going to do? I'm going to do Swift Strike. Okay, that's something. He does 5,200 damage to the tank, but that Asterius did not care about that. Now, Golbez, look, you still have your limit break, my man. You need to find that limit break right now for your team to have a chance, and he does it. Void Meteor is going to come out. This needs to really overperform for the Dark team to have a chance. It does not. It does chunk 2 people low, but the haste buff from the Dark team is going to give Asterius another turn before Black Rose Helena can apply something. And I don't think she could have done it anyway, but they're all 3 grouped, and Asterius is like, oh baby, guess what I got for you, Helena, Joker, and Golbez? Let me think for a second. I got, he's thinking about it. He's going to go with Tiger Maw. I'm going to cough into my sleeve. Celis is going to, it's a triple kill. That's what I'm trying to say. Dervis picks up the win. Too much tanking, too much healing. Even though the Dark team sort of performed well, look, the water meta is strong. And backed up by a Velis is real strong. Whew, my goodness, guys. I swallowed the peanut part of a peanut M&M in the wrong way right there. Oh, man, not great. Okay. Let's see. Let's find ourselves another match code here. AMTF and Ace are setting up a room. There's Cop versus Mr. Aloha. Let's check that one out. 52350. Cop, a very regular shower-upper. 52350 in the final 8 drafts. And we are still, by the way, if anybody's wondering, we are still sticking with a final 8 draft format, but we are giving points. Stupid M&M, it's trying to kill me. We're giving points to the top 16 finishers now. So this will give more people some points. This will allow for some more interesting week 3s to see who can sneak into the week 8 draft. Now, Cop is going to do our first mono light team of the day. We are going to get the Evasion duo of Locke and Starlight Elena with a Lucio backing them up. So the free-to-play god Lucio coming out again with Locke and Starlight Elena, 2 of his best friends in the whole universe. And let's see what Lucio's set up for today. He's going to start with a Keenblade, so Cop immediately going to some CT manipulation plans. And here's our second mono ice team of the day. This one is going to be Eliza, Velis, and Valentine's Day Solir. Now, if Valentine's Day Solir is allowed to do what she wants to do, she is very effective against these evasion teams. She has AoE 100% hit moves that can just devastate this Locke and Elena. If they will group in her range, she can do a lot of work to them. Elena does have re-raise and smartly does not group next to Locke. That's a big help right there. Here's a physical shield coming out from our boy, Lucio right there. We're gonna get bells on from Eliza, so she's getting ready to rock. Velis gonna look for some haste. Probably at this point right here, Velis, get some haste going, my man. Here comes Valentine's Day Solir. So 100% AoE detonation blast probably about to come through right here. It's gonna get, you know it, it's our favorite move in War of the Visions, Reflex. Because if Locke isn't already good enough, we'll just give him Reflex, and that's a great idea. So Rising Sun comes out against her, an attack debuff, she won't care about that, but the Slashing Light Chain, she will care about that, and Starlight Elena is about to put her in her grave. Iridescent Blade comes out, and that is one very, very dead Valentine's Day Solir. Lucio moves forward, nothing more for him to do, and it's going to be Eliza and Velis versus the world. Warning Volley comes out, that's a one-shot, I believe, on the Starlight Elena. If it wasn't a one-shot, it was a ton of damage. Velos going to go Eternal Frost. It does hit Lucio and kills him. So we have a 1 HP Elena and a Locke versus 2 ice units. AP Hunt comes out. That will drain a little AP from the enemy team, but not nearly enough. And now what can Eliza do? Can she kite this out with her healer? She misses Elena. For our first clutch evade of the day, and Elena backs that up with another evasion buff for herself. So she is one dodgy girl. We're going to get snow healing out, so at least Eliza is full HP and full AP. Can she find a huge AoE attack right here? Warning volley, that is a huge AoE attack, but guess what? That Elena still has re-raise, so she will come back to life, and uh-oh. I don't know. I'm feeling like this light team might have it in the bag. Locke is going to look for a kill right here. He's going to go for Eliza. I think that's probably the wrong move. Probably the correct play right here was to go for the Velos, but it is the AI, and the AI will do what the AI will do. Velos is going to channel his snow healing, and the ice team is back to full health. But big chain right there, 9,100 damage from the Banish Blade. From Starlight Elena, the slashing light chain takes her down. Dispel Dagger comes out. Velos is still alive, and he does have 100% hit in his kit with his limit break, but if he's low HP, he goes for it. He goes for Holy Knight's Purge. It is, guess what? Guess what it is? Reflexed by the Locke, and then Banished Blade will kill him. That's a GG. Cop picks up the win in what was a very close match, especially considering that Valentine's Day Solir got insta-killed by the enemy team after getting reflexed. That was close. That was close. All right. Whew. Man, I'm short of breath. It's like I was yelling at 5th graders all day. Weird. Who would have thunk it? Shall we check out Coryu versus Brian? 47314. Let's see if that match is still going. 47314. Little Coryu versus Brian action right here. I think this match is already live. If that's true, we'll jump right in. Zalgardus says, I forgot that Cop is a light god. Yep. The thing with being a light god, too, is you have RNGesus on your side as well. Okay, so here we go. We are loading straight into this match. We might already have some kills on the board, or we're going to have some right now. Barrage from Laura Croft. Dude, that's Gafgarion. You guys, wait a second. That's a Gafgarion on the field who just came back from Gafgarion. Oh, man, he's healing. I wanted to see him walk up there and kill a man. Instead, it's Gafgarion versus 3. You guys, can Gafgarion win the 1 versus 3 versus... No. He cannot. My God, though... Who was that? Brian, you're a freaking legend. Brian, you win. Gafgarion is going on the thumbnail. 100%. Gafgarion's on the thumbnail for this video. What round of the tournament was this? How far did this Gafgarion go? That was, who was that? That was Coryu versus Brian? Where the hell was this fight? Okay, it was right here. So Brian, did Brian win a fight? Tell me Brian won a fight. He did. You guys, Brian won a fight. This Gafgarion took a W today. You love to see it. That's amazing. Coryu's like, imagine my surprise when I saw him on the match screen. Hype. Hype level over 9,000. And guess what? That man is getting his 120 very soon. That man is getting his 120 very soon. He's making the thumbnail of this video regardless. So that is awesome. You guys, welcome to Friday Night Fights. Gafgarion lives. Okay. Riser said, was hoping this would be my first week, but I had a workplace injury that kept me out. I'm sorry to hear that, Riser. Alright. Here's 2 regulars. Sir McCrane versus AMTF. 50337. And we have the match. So, Streak Pity, which I feel you, 9 Streak Pity. That's Sir McCrane. I feel that in my heart. Versus AMTF. AMTF showing the slot 1 Lemure versus the slot 1 June. Now, I imagine this is going to be a some kind of 2 OP dart carries behind that Lemure. Yeah, it's the Leela Joker Lemure team. This is the meta-ist team in the game from about 2 months ago. You go back in time to, like, what is it now, August? You go back to, like, June, July. This team, Joker, Leela, Lemure, was everywhere. So this team is still really strong. It has not fallen off, in my opinion, very much, but there are more teams to answer it now, including this one. I've really wanted to see this team, Joom, Sottily, and Beachbody Jaden. So, we got the Swolebro Jaden team versus the double, the Omega Haste Lemure Dart team. This is going to be great. The agility buff comes out from Jaden, so a little bit faster for the carries on the light team, but nothing compared to the AoE Haste right there from Lemure. Bell's going to back that up from Joker, and we are off to the races. Now, what is this Lemure going to do? Is this going to be like a quicken game? Is she going to go for, like, buffing? I don't know. She's going to go sweet support, so she does go for another buff. It's an AoE agility buff. Here we go. Sottily's up next. He's still going to look for another round of buffing. It's going to be Divine Sacrament. Get that elemental resist online. Will be effective against the dart teams, of course. Did we crash? Oh, no. Oh, no. We crashed. You guys like my phone? You see my phone right there? Alright, I'm going to have to get back in that room. Hold on. 50337. Let's see if we can get back in there and catch the end of that fight. Yeah, now somebody was saying they missed out on pulling for Sottily. Dude's in the game forever. You'll accidentally pull him at some point. Brian, you're a legend for playing Gafgarion. An absolute legend for playing Gafgarion. Alright, let's see if we can get back into that fight. 50337. Remember, there are no bugs. We never crash and there's no bugs. Always something to remember. The Chocobo's still moving. I can still click the screen, so we're loading in. The match might have ended, though. I haven't seen any GGs in the chat, but this is quite the long loading time. Here we go. What do we get to see? Oh, it's over. Well, somebody won. Let's go find out who won. We got a GG in the chat from AMTF. Oh, I'm going to eat some M&M's. Oh, AMTF took the L, so Sir McCrane picks up the win. Alright, let's check out the bracket then. Shall we? In the winner's bracket, we have Cop already sitting in the winner's bracket semifinals, waiting for this to work itself out. Meanwhile, down here, we've got Mr. Aloha and Sir McCrane in a pretty good spot for the loser's bracket. Now remember, today, obviously you score points if you win, right? So many points. But, I mean, even all the way back to like here, I just spit. I don't know. We'll have to see. Top 16 score points. That is different. We'll see how that works out. All right. We could see if Asgard or if LXD versus Dervis is still a thing. Let's try to jump into that one. 16273. I know we just watched Dervis, but maybe we can watch him again. Here we go. Okay, wind on wind again. We're going to get Sottily slot 1 versus Joom slot 1. Very, very similar attack and magic values across the board right here. Like, it is probably a mirror match with both new wind magic units and Joom. That looks like that will be my prediction right here. And oh, scratch that. Scratch that. Never mind. I'm an idiot. It's Resnick Esther Sottily for LXD. This is different. Our first taste of lightning today with the Resnick Esther combo. Okay. Law of Refuge comes out. There's a physical shield for Sottily, who is looking like a little bit tankier of a boy. Although that physical shield not going to do much against Jaden and the other Sottily. But here it is. Anyway, we're going to get the re-raise and hate buff on Esther. Jaden's turn. He's going to step forward, Splash Shower straight away, 53-64. He was instantly in range to do damage. The drawback there is he's already out of AP. That took him to 10. He's going to have to either auto attack or start buffing now to keep participating in this fight. Esther steps forward. She's going to go Taunting Blade onto the Joom. This is Tank Esther all the way. She has received hate buffs on both of her first or her second turn and from Sottily's first turn. So that's interesting. Dervis is Sottily looking to step forward and do some damage. He is going to channel a spell. LXD Sottily going to go Law of Invigoration, big heal with the agility, attack, and magic buff attached to it. Now, here's Jaden. What's it going to do? Is he in range to just shoot? No. He's going to go Suns Out, Guns Out, give himself that agility buff and AP restore. Anyway, Sottily knocks the CT down on Esther a little bit right there and does a ton of damage. Joom follows that up with 2100 damage. Esther is hanging in there though. Here is Defense and Spirit buff on Sottily, and Resnick could look for a heal right here onto the Esther, which could be big. It's going to be a limit break. Reign of the Rallying coming out from Resnick right here. This is going to do a big heal. Yeah, 8500. Esther almost full HP and has her buffs refreshed, but with the CT down that she took, she's a slow girl. So Jaden's going to get to shoot her. Beachside Cannon comes out. Jaden's a little worried because his water gun got a little, we'll call it, I don't want to use the word flaccid because that has implications. But anyway, Indoctrination comes out. That will kill Esther, but she has re-raise, and it's her turn. So Esther's back in the fight. What can she do? She has received so many buffs and so much healing. Esther, your team has set you up. What can you do? Bolting Slice, that's not enough. She does get a defense buff and lowers the HP of the enemy a little bit, but Sottily's going to have to clean it up. Rush Not Thy Fate, big damage, 2 low HP units, but they're not dead. Joom goes with a buff right here. That's interesting. I don't know what that was all about. Meanwhile, Jaden at 20 AP will step forward and go height-based arrow. It's enough to kill Esther. She goes down, and it's Resnick and Sottily versus 3. However, it is their turn next, and those 3 are pretty low HP. I have no idea what Resnick is channeling right here. This is one of those units. Yeah, she's going to go with the buff. She goes Defense and Spirit buff on Sottily. He goes Rush Not Thy Fate onto 3. It is a double kill. He kills the enemy Sottily and the enemy Joom. Joom will come back to life. Sottily will not. And all of a sudden, it's a 2v2. Now, let's play the game. What random spell will Resnick use this turn? Or will she do nothing? No, she is going to cast a spell. We just don't know which one it is. Does she have damage spells on? Even if she does, will she do them? Nobody really knows, but Sottily does heal himself. Resnick is channeling. Now, speaking of the Sottily who healed himself, it's his turn right after Jaden. Jaden's going to look to do some killing. Midsummer Sniper, and yeah, there's a kill. Sottily goes down, and now it's the... What spell is Resnick casting right here? She's going to buff her own Defense and Spirit. Well, you're going to need that, Resnick, because you're in a 1v2, and you might want to consider hurting somebody on the enemy team if you have a chance at winning this fight. Like, let's see. Nope, she's just going to give herself another buff. Yeah, this is 0 damage Resnick, which means her chances to win are also about 0. Jaden is going to summon right here. We're going to get Heaven's Wind. The Tetrasylphid summon comes out here. This will do a little bit of damage to the Resnick. Let's see what a little bit of damage means in this case. We're going to get a little bit of frames per second as well. Really cool looking animation. Just too bad it glitches up the whole game. Here we go. What do we get? How much damage? 3,000. Resnick is low. And Resnick's like, hey, I'm comfortable at low HP because I'm a healer. She's going to heal herself. It comes with an attack and magic buff that she will not plan to take advantage of in any way. Storm Siphon comes out from Joom, a little bit of damage with her single target resist down. Or I'm sorry, a little bit of damage with a heal. Jaden shoots her. She's going to heal herself again. There it is. She reapplies her attack and magic buff just in case she ever decides to hurt the enemy. SandRooster telling me that Resnick can win this. I'm telling you, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it do damage. Height-based arrow comes out, Resnick goes down, and Dervis picks up the win. GG. Ensign Guinea Aegis and Eternal... Oh yeah, Guinea Aegis, welcome to the channel. Thank you for the follow. You want to see the clutch charm? Yeah, that was a thing. Sottily lives. That's a different fight. If Sottily survives that last attack, he probably wins that. But that ain't what happened. He did not live. He died. And when you die, you lose. Man, and that's why auto fights are better. Yes, Ukaru points out in the YouTube chat that Metapod was the strategy there, and just like in Pokemon, Metapod ain't winning anything by himself. He just can't do it. He doesn't have the DPS. All right. Yeah, supports stuck in a healing loop have a really hard time. Their AI is like, must heal, must buff. Meanwhile, two like 1 HP enemies are just beating you to death. Ooh, Starlet Francesca says, one of my guildmates is going into the semifinals, whatever happens. Heck yeah. So you're talking about Ace and Rayleigh. Yeah, okay. Yeah, one of those two will make it. Both of them are scoring. I did talk, by the way, to, oh, excuse me. Nope. Thought I had to see. Nope, guess I don't have to sneeze. Anyway, we'll just wait. We're chilling, waiting for another match here. Oh, no, I remember. Yeah, what I was going to say. Yeah, I talked to, Lego. Or Lego messaged our group chat earlier that like Maverick and Francesca are in. And he was like, he's going to make me a new spreadsheet. Because you guys know how good I am at it. So we will get the point totals out to you after tonight's matches as soon as I get a new spreadsheet that looks like it wasn't made by a kindergartner. Alright, waiting for our next match code. 41932. That'll be Dervis versus YB. 41932. Yes, sleep inducer would have been huge. Francesca, I was going to stream it, but like the room code just is not coming. I just go with whatever I find. What's up, Plank Walker? Always wonderful to have you lurking around in the background, my dude. I'll tell you what, let's do it. We've watched these people fight already. Let's watch the guildmates. Ace versus Rayleigh. 53703. 53703. Why not? Why not? Let's scope that out. Tusit says, lurker life is best life. Abso-freaking-lutely. I'm pretty much always lurking somewhere. How's raid runs going? Yeah, I haven't done any yet. 0. I have done none of them. I need to do it. This weekend is like, well, we're going to be out of town this weekend at a 1-year-old's birthday party for my niece. And I feel like I might get some, like, raid time in. You know, incognito raiding this weekend, probably. It's looking promising. Oh, baby. Here we go. Now, speaking of an old favorite, we've got a Thancred sighting today. It's Ace versus Rayleigh. It's Asterius v Thancred. So, can Asturias or can Thancred put his big boy, big boy Gunbreaker cape on and actually carry this fight? We shall see. Mariah asks, is Platinum Robe worth it? I really like the Platinum Robe, honestly. Okay, so this is Evasion Thancred. It's Thancred, Locke, Starlight, Elena versus the Water Team. Now, is Thancred an evasion unit? Most people would say no. And most people would be right. Thancred is really not an evasion unit. However, when put with Starlight, Elena, and Locke, with the correct vision card, Esper, and gear setup, anybody can be evasion unit, right? Just give them a little luck, give them a little dodge, and watch them evade. Meanwhile, Ace's team, this is the Titus, Asturias, Celis team that we saw earlier. Titus making a run this week. You always like to see that. Little AoE resist buff coming in here for the Thancred. 36 AP. Oftentimes, Thancreds will use bells on the first turn, and this Thancred will stick with that plan. It is always a good idea to get your Thancred bells. Like, the man is just a little AP hungry. He needs those bells. Get them online. Titus going to go with Cheer instead of Haste early. Runic Blade comes across for Celis. She will begin moving herself into range. And if you're Celis, what are you looking to block in this fight? Maybe some Starlight Elena damage? Not Starlight Francesca damage. She's just out here modding the chat. Starlight Elena might do a little magic damage. That Celis can eat. But Thancred and Locke will not. So Thancred and Locke are good people to have against her unless she is super stacking that slash resistance, in which case you might be able to get some piercing damage from Thancred, or you might get a slash resistance debuff from Locke. Or in the ultimate turn of events, if it ever happens, maybe you'll get Red Mage Thancred. Nope. You won't get that. Anyway, Magic Burst comes out from Celis. Thancred looking like a tanky boy, and Elena looking really evasive. She sidesteps it and dodged it. And now we'll begin Rayleigh's counterattack. So, Elena, both of her swords in her grip will Crystal Shine Bright, beginning the light and slash chain. On the Celis, she goes with a slashing move instead of a magic move. A good idea so Celis does not just absorb that, but Celis looking really slash resistant. Could really use a limit break from Locke, instead Dispel Dagger, which does a ton of damage and removes her hate. So that's nice. Taunting Blade comes out from Titus and almost one-shots the Locke, which is insane. It's Thancred's turn. What can the hero of this fight do? Thancred, he's got his Gunblade. He's going to get Prescient counterattack, then Blasting Zone 2, and the Light team is spreading the damage around too much. Everybody on the Water team is kind of low, but nobody on the Water team is dead. And since he did not kill Celis, she's going to counterattack with her own limit break. This will be dodged, though. Clutch. Big dodge is coming out from Locke and Elena right there. Locke stays alive. Thancred is a thick boy, but his shield is running out, and Thancred's life is now in danger. Okay, it's Elena's turn. She could look for a huge limit break right here, and that's what she's going to do. Prismatic Punishment comes out from the Elena. This is a multi-hit attack on every unit on this Water team. Who lives through this? Not Titus, and that's important. Okay, now, both of the Water units are low, but everybody's grouped for Asturias. At 1709 HP, he can still get you. I don't know if you've ever watched the movie Princess Mononoke, but they say a wolf's head can still bite, and this wolf's head takes a big chunk out of crime, and Thancred goes down. Asturias goes all the way back to full HP. Locke is going to go ahead and end the life of Celis, so Celis is down. It is a 2v1, but the 1 is Asturias, and if these people aren't dodging, Asturias is going to tee off on them. Okay, Asturias is low again, but he's going to look to heal himself. Let's see what he can do. 101 AP, 3400 HP. He goes Unfailing Void Blade. It's a double kill straight across the board. Locke will come back to life. Elena will die and stay dead. Locke looking for the win. He says, okay, I got 86 AP. What can I do? He's dancing back and forth. He's dancing. He's thinking it might be a summon. It might be a limit break. It might just be an auto attack. 3400 damage. It pops the courage. Now he must dodge. What? No, yeah, he's got to dodge it. Locke, what do you got? Do you have the fast feet, or does Asturias have the sure hitness? Asturias going to go Unfailing Void Blade. That's a GG. That'll kill him every time. Ace picks up the win in a 1 HP difference fight. And yes, Prescient attack does not clinch it. Instead, Asturias doing Asturias things. Just kills the entire enemy team. GG. Okay, I'm going to put Sir McCrane versus Dervis on the screen. And then I got to go blow my nose. So 78365. I can barely breathe. BRB. You guys enjoy this. Muting. Alright, I'm back. Looks like I missed some buffs. No big deal. Sottily going to apply the AoE elemental attack resist buff there to Jaden. Jaden going to step forward. He's going to go can't beat the heat. So Jaden's damage is now fully unlocked with that magic buff, with that spirit piercing buff. He will do his most damage now. Stormwind Rin comes out, little agility debuff from the tank. That is a nice bit of utility that the Joom can offer, even if she's not doing a ton of damage. That she can debuff the enemy team's agility is a nice little bit to add. Now, Crystal Tracer buff applied to Astrius. So he will get that second attack after all of his main attacks. And then Magic Burst across the team. That magic debuff will hurt the Sottily a little bit. Velis going to look to step forward now and also apply a little bit of damage to the Joom. He's channeling a spell, and it will go off before he takes damage, taking the Joom to nearly fatal amount of HP. But it's time for the Wind team to counterattack. Splash Shower comes out and Celis is like, oh, counterattack this. And she just gobbles that up like yesterday's spaghetti. Sottily's channeling a spell and gosh, this is real bad for the Wind team at this point. Even with the re-raise on Joom, Sottily's about to get a big taste of Celis. He goes, rush not thy fate, and Celis just takes another bite out of that spaghetti sandwich. And she just heals her own AP. No damage across the team. Meanwhile, Tiger Maw comes out. Little bit of damage across the team. Doesn't kill anybody, but oh, guess what? He gets his second hit in, and it's actually a double kill. And this is looking real GG. Celis absolutely destroys this wind duo, and you're seeing it right here. So Velis channeling a spell, Magic Burst will come out, get that magic debuff onto the Jaden. Velis going to look to do a little more damage as well. Sub-Zero, 7,100 damage, that's a kill. Jaden goes down, and that fight ended up not even being close. Too much of a counter right there from the Celis, and like Zachy Yap says, Celis eats magic for breakfast. And Riser, yeah, I have no idea what a spaghetti sandwich is. Zero idea. But, you know, when you're coming back from, like, just blowing your nose, you just kind of do whatever you gotta do. Alright. How about a little Cop? Nope, Cop and Ace are done. I think we might be to the point where we're only watching, like, I think we're to the point now in the tournament, maybe, where we only have, like, 1 or 2 matches going at once. Let's check the bracket. So, losers bracket, we have Dervis and Aloha, and then we have the SandRooster Coryu. So these will play themselves out all the way to Ace. Meanwhile, in the winners bracket, we have Cop. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm doing there. Pretend like you could see that the whole time. Anyway, Cop chilling in the winners bracket. So, Cop guaranteed first or second place. Ace guaranteed top 3. Meanwhile, these are the matches to look for, right? We got SandRooster Coryu, Mr. Aloha, Dervis. So, let's go SandRooster Coryu first. 6839. We'll check in on that one. Loading in there. Coryu hosting the room. We'll give SandRooster a moment to jump in before we reveal what Coryu's slot 1 is. I'll tell you what, Celis has been real good this limited Guild Wars, I'll tell you that. Especially on a map that is promoting, the new unit, which is Summer Jaden. Celis has been super effective. Like, I know in Cayenne we've had a lot of luck with Celis. Alright. We're just chilling for a bit, waiting for SandRooster to get his fine-tuning done. Yeah, I think the best thing to do against Celis is run physical against her. And probably not, like, you really want multiple damage types, because she can stack a resist and also be effective that way. Like, she does not suck against physical, but she just dominates mages. Just dominates them. Ooh. Alright. You know what's going to be interesting? What I might do... we'll go ahead and look at this room. Yeah, SandRooster might have known what Coryu was coming with. Because we see a slot 1 Lara Croft and a slot 1 Esther. So we might get to see lightning versus water right here. And we've seen water dominating. But don't forget about lightning. There's still Cloud, who we have not seen today. Esther, who we have seen. Resnick. You got our girl, the tank. I've had a few drinks today. But the tank. You know, Charlotte. That's her name. We got our girl Charlotte out there. So yeah. T says, you guys seeing the Fina Astria Celis comp? We've seen that a lot. Yeah. We've definitely seen that a lot. Yeah, just a bit, Ashabad says. Just a bit. You know, I haven't called anybody a Bara yet today, Steve. I've not called anybody a Bara yet today. And for me, that's pretty good. Now, I did it, like, on purpose once. Francesca's like, she's like, oh, what a coincidence. I've also had a few drinks. Unusual on a Friday, I know. You guys, we do this thing. Our, like, after-school Friday meetings are at a bar. Highly recommend that. Groups of teachers at a bar. Legendary. Legendary. Now, Kilma's team just like blinked in and out. I don't know if that means I just crashed. Riser's like, I'm about to start. Either I've crashed or SandRooster is doing 27 minutes of initial placement. One of those two things is true. SandRooster using the cop strategy of if I just take 59 minutes to do something, I'll win. True. It works for cop all the time. It regularly works for cop. The dude wins constantly. There we go. Both players are readied up. As soon as Kilma, a.k.a. Coryu, hits the go button, we will jump in. There we go. Alright. Let's full screen this thing. Here we go. So now, if this is water versus lightning, it could be over real fast. And there's Cloud. Like, we just haven't seen him yet today, but here he comes. I'm expecting big things from our boy Cloud right here, especially paired with an Esther and backed up with a Resnick support. This lightning team should just dominate the water team, especially if, like, for some reason, we just have some, like, I can click the screen. Can I? I can click. So I don't know what's going on. We're just having weird loading problems with this game. Let's see if SandRooster team ever moves. Maybe somebody DC'd. I'm not sure. Do I just back out and come back in? It's like turn 10. So yeah, I am lagging. I don't know. I might just restart the client. Let's see. I'll tell you what, guys. I'm just going to restart my client. So let's just do that. With the finals coming up so soon, let's just close and reopen War of the Visions. And then we'll just jump into Dervis versus Mr. Aloha. Sorry about that pivot, guys. Yeah, place your bets on which team won. I'm going to go with the Cloud team. Although, I will say, Asterius is broken as hell. If the water team won, it would not be the most surprising thing I've ever seen. I'll put it like that. Remember, 0 bugs. No bugs, ever. Let's see if Dervis versus Mr. Aloha is still going on. 86268. How am I finding being a teacher again? Oh, I'm loving it. Being a teacher is great. Like, if you like teaching, you miss it when you're not doing it. And that I would say that's where I was. I definitely won't give this up. Like, I like this too much as well, but doing both is doable, barely. I don't know what's going on with this game right now. Wiggle the magic fingers, see if something loads. There we go. Maybe we're about to see a match. Dervis versus Mr. Aloha. Physical, yo. Okay, here we go. We get to see Asterius kill somebody. Actually, he does not kill Eliza, and it's... Oh, yeah. Oh, no, he does not. It's Eliza's turn. She has a Bellis backing her up. She goes volley. It does a lot of damage. She's going to need to catch a heal, though, from... Oh, no, Velis is on the other team. No, she also has a Velis, but it's not his turn. Runic Blade comes out from Celis, so she wasn't in range to kill her yet. She'll move closer. Velis is going to look for a heal right here, I imagine. Yeah, it's going to be snow healing from one Velis, snow healing from the other Velis, so healing all over the place. Eliza's turn. She's going to look to chain down the, somebody. I don't know. I don't think so. She's going to do what? Charge a spell? That's not a good idea. Tiger Maw comes out. Crystal Tracer comes out. This Eliza keeps living with like 1 HP. Clean Piercer, 5,600 damage. Wouldn't have killed him even with the chain modifier, but still, really interesting choices being made right here. Now, Velis going to look for a heal, but since he's charging it, it's not going to go off in time. And Eliza's going to go down. It looks like Dervis's water team is probably going to pick up the W right here. It's Velis versus 3, and Velis is healing nobody, so that's never ideal. Here comes Asterius, Tiger Maw, 5,800 damage, Crystal Tracer with the finisher, that's a kill, and Dervis's team picks up the win. G to the G. All right, now, let's check out the brackets after our technical difficulties have sorted themselves out. So we just watched Dervis pick up that win. Now, Mr. Aloha, do not be sad. Your ice team has earned you points today, definitely. Even if it would just been top 8, you would have earned points. You're going to earn more points than that now. And here's kind of how I'm thinking about doing points as we wait for the bracket to update. We have 1, 2, 3 matches left. I'm going to do it something like this. 8 points here. For whoever wins this, 8 points. 7 points for whoever is in second place. 6 points here. 5 points here. 4 here. And then like some kind of maybe like 3, 2, 1 kind of thing back here. I don't know. It's something like that. Like I'm going to give people who like tie back here, instead of tie breaking that, I'm going to give points out to people who just made it that far. I think I like that idea better. Okay, we're going to have SandRooster versus Rayleigh as our next match. So that's what the bracket will have updated to here. So let's check that out. 38584. Typing that in. Guess I feel it. I'm running out of gas. Lots of talking today by me. The gas tank is getting low. The gas tank is getting low. My power for critical thinking is going down the toilet. But that's okay. All I got to do is say what's happening on the screen, right? Oh, look. Asterisk is replaying the story for us. Yeah, when he kills people. Yes. Yeah, Ray, I agree. This is a very good map for... this is a great map for Celis. Celis has a lot of really great maps, though. This is not the only great map for Celis. Most of the maps are good for her. I would say what she might not like is, like, maps that favor your, like, really good physical DPS units. Whoever those may be, especially non-slashing ones. But I don't know, like I said, my critical thinking skills are approaching -50. Alright, here we go. Both players are in. SandRooster versus Rayleigh. It's going to be Summertime Jaden versus Final Fantasy XIV Thancred with his gunblade, with his extra ammunition, his, white duster jacket. He's got the black armor on. Like, Thancred's a cool looking dude. Thancred's a cool looking dude, and obviously Summer Jaden hits the gym. I mean, it's one powerhouse man against another. And personally, I'm happy to see Thancred making a deep run. This is a day one unit. Thancred is a day one brother versus our newest brother. So day one bro versus 2.5 year bro. Yeah, that's great. It's not like, let's be real too, it's not like Thancred has been, good the whole time. They had to fix Thancred. His limit break was off. Like, his limit break was, I'm a bad unit for the first 2 years of the game. And then they fixed him, and he still doesn't actually even have a limit break. So, let's see. SandRooster claims to have the advantage here. I gotta say, though, Thancred is a unit who can get a bajillion missile resistance. If you're building missile resist, Thancred could be your boy. I believe he is a very good anti-missile unit. A lot of missile on SandRooster's team, although it is magic missiles. We'll see. Okay, so it's going to be Sottily getting first move here. SandRooster's team. Sottily, he's shaking his stick back and forth. Let's see. Tell me I didn't disconnect again. That's getting old. Let's go, Sottily. Do something. Am I DC'd? I'm going to jump out. I'm going to jump back in because there is clearly a spectator bug going on tonight. 38584. Jumping right back in. I don't know. Is it happening because I'm joining like before the second player? Alright. We're loading in. Here we go. We shall see. I actually think the light team is going to win this. I think the light team is going to win. And that hurts my heart because you guys know I'm a huge June fan. I'm a big time Wind player. I love Wind. But man, the Thancred lock Elena just still scares me to death. There's a slash attack, missile resist, and something buff, plus bells on Thancred, and here we go. We've at least got the fight going. Sermon of Power comes out, so an offensive focused buff right there from Sottily, which we don't see all the time. Starlight Elena is going to go ahead and put Evildoers Beware, get her evasion up, and begin moving in. It's Jaden's turn. Now, Jaden does have 100% hit attacks. He's going to go with Splash Tower, 8,400 damage. That's not even his 100% hit attack. It just hit anyway. And that's Courage popped on Elena. Stormwind Rend is a 100% hit attack. That will kill her, and I might be eating my words here. The Evasion Elena gets hit by the non-100% hit attack and then killed by the tank. Uh-oh. it might be Thancred's time to shine, or we'll see. There's Thancred's shield, so he does need to get that online. His Superbolide is one of the biggest buffs that unit got. There's Divine Synchroment coming out from Sottily. Sottily playing a big support role early in this fight. SandRooster's turn, his Jaden steps forward, Splash Shower onto the enemy team, removes the bells from Thancred, but Thancred got a ton of AP before that. It won't really hurt him, and he has AP cost down with his buff. Okay, we're going to get the slash resist debuff here from Locke with his limit break. Let's see, it's going to do 3,900 damage and lower slash resist, but it is Jume's turn, so she will not get chained. Dance of the Whirlwind comes out. Locke dodges it, and Thancred just kind of shrugs it off, although it does consume one of the charges on his shield, which is important. Now, Thancred goes Blasting Zone 2. This will be a defense debuff on the Jume, who has now had her slash resist and defense debuff, but she catches a big-time heal from Sottily, who has been set up by SandRooster here to play a big supporting role in this fight. Now, Jaden's going to look to rain some more damage down. Splash Shower comes out. It hits Locke, kills him. He will re-raise once, but Thancred is also getting chunked out. It's not looking good for Ray's team. All right, Locke's turn. This Jume is a wall standing in front of this team. She's going to eat a Dispel Dagger, which will at least remove her hate. But look at this positioning. SandRooster's DPS units and his healing is behind the wall. I don't think Thancred could get there unless he has some kind of like really long range jumping move on. No, he doesn't. Rough Divide comes out. It does hit Jume. Jume's low, but Sottily and Jaden are untouched, and Sottily is just pumping out heals from the back line. He's going to look to start engaging now and doing some damage. Jume's going to go Air Incisor. Thancred's running out of gas. Thancred is like me on a Friday afternoon, running out of juice. Here's a magic Aroa from Jaden. That'll be the kill, and SandRooster picks up the win. GG. He moves on in the bracket to play against Dervis in loser's bracket, round 7. And that's where we'll go next. And Valis makes a great point. Val says, seeing Elena go down is going to be really therapeutic for a lot of people for a long time. I agree. I agree. We've seen Starlight Elena dominate this game for so long that, like, seeing her die never, it's just, like, it's going to be like, oh, seeing those other old OP combos just die. When they finally get caught up to and they start losing, you're like, ah. And then Meraxis has to say until Elena gets her master ability too. Thanks, Meraxis. Yeah, that Jume was a truck. The Jume was a truck, but she really was bolstered by, Sottily kept her in that fight. She would have died on about the 3rd time she got hit, but she was catching big buffs from Sottily. Stream Hero going with the Hydrate posture check. Absolutely. Water. Water. Good man. Now, Starwolf says that SandRooster's connection can be bad. So, maybe that's what, maybe his connection and my connection are having a hard time connecting. See how I use the word connection 3 times in a sentence? That's good English. 7615 will be our code here. We'll see. If it bugs out this time, I might just be a quicker on the rejoin trigger, but we do have both players in the room. So SandRooster has moved to his Lightning team here, bringing out the Esther, and Dervis is bringing out the Jume. So a little bit of a flip-flop here. SandRooster was running Wind, has pivoted, maybe anticipating having his last match being on stream, possibly getting counterattacked, or, counterpicked. We'll see. SandRooster says, I am in Hong Kong. Really? Are you actually? That's cool. If you're actually in Hong Kong, hashtag free Hong Kong. I don't know if that's still a thing. And I don't know if I just got you, like, banned on Chinese internet. But not like Chinese people are getting our internet anyway. So whatever. Rayleigh says, did I make enough to earn points? Yes. Rayleigh, you will earn a lot of points. I won't get you banned. I won't get you banned. I was joking. Yeah, that is a power of Sottily, right? Like, SandRooster's Sottily right there was definitely getting, was tuned for supporting. Let's just say that. Francesca says, hashtag free SandRooster. Yeah, all right. Oh, speaking of SandRooster, he is doing his initial placement. Pooh will come for the stream. Oh, yes, I did know that SandRooster was in quarantine jail because I was thinking about postponing this tournament because I knew I had my little after-school meeting, and I didn't know that I would make it in time, and I barely did. I actually left early. But SandRooster was like, please no, I'm in quarantine jail. And then somebody guessed a 1 through 5. I said, like, I'm going to pick a number 1 through 5, and somebody guessed pi and got it right. So, to those people, that's why we're here tonight, which is good. I'm happy we're doing it. I will just very soon be like, I'm going to sleep well tonight. Let's put it like that. Anyway, here we go. SandRooster versus Dervis. Lightning versus Wind. And it's going to be the Cloud, Esther, Resnick team here from SandRooster. Now, this match does not start in about 5 seconds. I'm going to leave and rejoin, which is, I guess, just what I have to do for rooms that SandRooster hosts. Yeah, it's looking that way. I'm going to leave the room, and I'm going to rejoin the room. 7615. Boy, this is fun. Let's see here. 7615. We're backing out. We're joining again. I pushed the wrong buttons. Boom, confirm. Let's get in there. Now, there will at least be, like at least on this map, the only thing I'm missing is some early turn buffs in most cases. Just some early turn buffing, which is not a big deal, right? You can expect some Resnick buffs coming out for that Wind team. You can expect some Sottily and some Jaden buffs coming out, with a hate buff coming out from Joom. And we actually tune in just in time to see the hate buff from Joom and the bells for Esther. So we're moving in. I have not called Esther Ibarra even once today yet, which is a big win for my shoutcasting. And here we go. Agility and AP restore from Jaden. That's probably the second time he's cast that buff this fight. So he's probably given it to both Joom and Sottily. And it's actually a nice setup for Sottily to put elemental resist up on the whole group, because I guarantee you this group was not running lightning resist, but now they do at least have some, which is nice. And that physical shield from Joom will be useful against the Cloud and the Esther. Blade Burst comes out from Cloud, does a little bit of damage, a lot of slash resist on this Wind team. Here's Resnick. She's channeling a spell. It's going to be teaching them the Strongbolt, lightning attack, and unit resist buff for Cloud. That'll be nice. Jaden's going to move in, look to get in range to do some damage right here. He's got his Super Soaker out. He's got his AP restore. Maelstrom Jet, 3,800 damage onto the Cloud, who tanks that pretty well, honestly. Okay, Dervis's turn next. Cloud could be short for this world unless he has a little reflex up his sleeve. He does not. Indoctrination kills him and confuses him. Either way, he's out of the fight, and it's Esther's turn. She has 116 HP, 10,000 HP. Taunting Blade comes out. Not in enough time to save her friend Cloud, but it does do a lot of damage to Sottily. Okay, here comes Joom, 71 AP. She goes Stormwind. Rin will go for the agility debuff onto the Esther, which is nice. Resnick's turn. Now, what is this Resnick going to do? Do we have... Oh, it's Steel Heart! She charms the Joom! She goes for the clutch charm, but unfortunately, as charm will do, that Joom still has hate, and Esther's probably going to hit her. Now, anyway, the limit break comes out from Jaden. We'll see how that charm plays out. He does a lot. Yes, a lot of damage and an AoE slow. There's the AoE slow coming through. Status effects are on point. Rush not thy fate. The charm will not matter at all because the enemy team is dead, and so the charmed unit will just win the fight, looking real confused. GG, the Wind team picks it up. And here we go. Let's check the bracket. That was Dervis moving on to fight Ace. And both of them are guaranteed top 3. But there you are. Yeah, no, Esther won't. She did. Esther will be breaking 0 charms. All right. Oh, man. Super Honey Badger with 17 months of tier 1 subs. What is going on, Super Honey Badger? Great to have you back. Will he fight Ace or will he fight 8? Francesca, how many drinks have you had? More than me? Probably. It's possible. Anyway, Francesca and I show up to these things sometimes with much adult apple juice down the drain. And by drain, I mean our mouths. Thank you. Yes, words. Okay. Now. Zalgardis says, now I'm looking at my bottles of adult honey. Well, you got some, like, mead over there, Zalgardis? So, see, Ray, I did not know how that worked. So, Ray on YouTube chat says, charm in the game right now. I believe units will avoid attacking the charm unit the best they could. But does that overwrite aggro? Like, because the Joom had hate still. So, even though she was charmed, like, because I remember the update where the AI would not hit or would prioritize non-charmed units. But, okay, so Charm, Ashiman says, Charm drops hate to the lowest it can be. So there you go. So the only way she would have ended up hitting the Joom is if she would have done like a big AoE attack or something then. Okay. Yeah, exactly. The AoE would have probably still broke it. Alright, Dervis is asking if Ace can do the room. So we'll get this next match going very shortly. There we go. 69873. You guys want to hear a joke? This was the 5th grade joke of the week this week. They thought this was hilarious, and honestly, it kind of was. But imagine a 11-year-old walking up to you, right? And you're in school, and you're a teacher, and they're like, hey, what starts with F and ends with UCK? And you look at him and you're like, you better not say it. Just don't do it. Don't say it. They're like, it's not a bad word. And I'm like, do you know what word you're about to say? And they're like, fire truck. And I'm like, son of a, that's funny. You clever little people. Anyway, water versus water. Ace versus Dervis. Dervis has pivoted. And we are seeing not the Wind team again, but instead a Celis team. 2800 Magic Celis team versus a 3400 attack Astrius team. So there we go. Yes, Francesca says, I wish my son would say fire truck instead of what that kid you thought that kid was going to say, right? But he's my son, so you know. Yeah, Dervis pivoted because he knew I knew what he had. Clever, clever. This is the thing. If you're going to come to Friday Night Fights and make a deep run, you really need to have 2 teams ready. What's up, Ryosuke? All right. Ace versus Dervis. Both teams ready to go. We've got slot 1 Astrius versus slot 1 Celis. I do expect an Astrius on both teams. Like, Celis without Astrius is pretty rare, so I do expect to see that here, but it could be different. Yeah, it is going to be Celis Astrius versus Celis Astrius. The difference is, one of them will be backed up by Velis, so we're going to get some hasting, some healing from the Velis here on Dervis's team. Meanwhile, the other team backed up with that Titus, so Titus making at least a top 3 run in this tournament today. That's really cool to see, and either proves that Celis Astrius is so OP you can literally throw anything with it, or shows that Titus, with maybe the upgraded Brotherhood and his newest round of buffs, is worth throwing in there. And I will point out too, this Titus does not go for like a bunch of haste. He typically has been starting with cheer. This time he's going to go Treasure Hunter's Fortune, Agility, Luck buff. So he's pivoting again. The last time we saw this Titus team, he started off with Cheer. It is what it is. There's Runic Blade coming out from Celis. She's moving into range. Stars of Swiftness comes out. There's the first one of those. Here comes the second one of those, this time targeting the Astrius. And I do have a feeling that in what is very close to a mirror matchup, the hastes might be a big deal and be the difference, but I've been wrong before, and maybe this Titus will now switch to doing some hasting. We will see. Anyway, Celis going to put re-raise on herself. So it's a re-raise Celis here for Dervis's team. Meanwhile, Ace's team, we're going to get Indomitability Plus coming out. So there's Courage. Both Asterisks do have their Courage buff online. And if Titus does have Haste, both units are in a great spot for it, but he will instead reapply the Agility and Luck buff to the group. Okay, Celis's turn. She's going to step forward. Cleansing Blade comes out, 1,000 damage, but removes all her debuffs, of which she has none. Okay, Belis's turn. This will probably be a TMR buff. It's going to be Ice Blessing. No, he goes for the Protect Shell buff for himself. But the most important thing is he will stand still, keeping himself in a safe place out of the fight. Here's a big turn of events, though. Celis just took attack from Asterius and only did 1,600 damage. That's big. There is a boatload of slash resistance on this Titus team. All right, Belis's turn. He has already done his self buff. He will begin moving forward now. For Dervis. All right, now, meanwhile, Ace's team. Here comes the Limit Break from, it's Release the Void, right? Asterius' Limit Break. This will give him the second hit. He does 6,600 damage, and Crystal Tracer almost takes Celis down. That Celis is really low HP, and it's Titus' turn. He's going to look to kill her. Keep in mind, she does have re-raise, right? So she's going to die. She's going to come back to life, but she's on her last life now. And the enemy Celis will go before she does and could look to snipe her out. Meanwhile, it's Dervis's Asterius' turn. Prescient Advantage comes out. Big damage. Unfailing Void Blade across the team. Okay, it will heal him a little bit, but he is chunked. Now, here's Ace's Celis. Can she kill the enemy Celis? Magic Burst comes out. Yes, she can. It is a 3v2. But the two-person team is on the counterattack now, and Belis will look to boost his Asterius into carry range. There's the healing, Asterius full HP, and has 79 AP, with a group team that he can AoE at. Let's see what he goes for. He's going to get Prescient Advantage again. He goes for Tiger Maw. It will kill Titus. Titus is dead. We're down to a 2v2, and this thing is super, super close. It is the blue team's turn. Here comes Ace's Asterius. He's going to look to kill his counterpart right here. Yes, Edge of No Return. It does how much damage? 5,000. That will pop the Courage, and Crystal Tracer will finish it off. Crystal Tracer coming in absolutely huge as it counters the Courage, and things are looking real bad for this solo Belis. Now, crucially, he's not taken so low that he'll look to heal. He will try to do some damage right here, but I got bad news for you, my friend. Oh, he doesn't target the Celis at all. He just goes sub-zero on the Asterius. It's still not enough to kill him. And 103 AP Asterius is like, look, bro, I got damage for you. Edge of No Return, 5974. He goes down, and Ace picks up the win. GG. The Titus team does win the fight. Really, I mean, Titus did stuff. But it was really Asterius and Celis that carried that fight. Now, how about we scope out the bracket? We have just watched this. Ace picked up the win. So, we will have Cop versus Ace for first place in week 1 of the Kingdoms Cup series. Yeah, that's what it's called. All right, we'll jump into that fight as soon as it's ready. Oh, man. This has been good. This has been good. I was honestly a little worried that this map would be so buff heavy that we would have like 1 hour fights where it's like, oh, look, they're buffing each other. Oh, look, they're buffing each other. Oh, wow, they're buffing. But it's actually just about the right pace, this map is, that the teams are getting in range to do damage. So I'm approving of this map once again. All right, Cop doing a quick restart. So, Cop, I will also restart my client. It's the finals. Let's get the client fresh. Can't hurt, right? JP does not have more in Jaden's Vision Card and units, right? Oh, the global meta is very good for Wind and not as good for JP, right? I believe that is true. I believe that is the truth. All right. Now, Ace will have to win 2 in a row. I'll cover all of that when, at what point do we just put Cop in the finals every tourney automatically so we don't have to waste his time? You know, the man's a beast. The man is a machine. I know, Stream Hero, the YouTube bots are gone. Do you know what? Do you know what's interesting? We banned some YouTube bots the other day. On that day, I had 10 people unsubscribe from the YouTube channel at the same time. I'm betting those 10 were all bots. Like, I bet you 10 bots unsub from my channel, and maybe those were some of the bots that were, like, triggering some of those messages. I have nothing to back that up except the hunch, but it was really weird to see, like, 10 people unsub, and none of those people ever typed, right? They're not people who I knew. So that could be something. We haven't had any bots in Twitch today either. It's nice. Don't jinx it, right? Ooh. Ooh. All right, as soon as we get a room, we will jump in there. Five nine 559. 59559. There we go. Jumping in. I will keep it off screen for just a bit. You know, just in case somebody wants to snipe Cop's team. You know, because Cop's always out here running all these different crazy things. Expedient Miner is a bot, so I should watch my mouth. Expedient Miner, if you are a bot, I'm sorry if I offended you by talking crap on bots. But bots suck. Bots are terrible. I seriously think, like, a huge percent of Nino Cooney YouTube viewers are bots. A huge percent. Because, like, so many views on those videos, but so many comments from the same people who were also regularly commenting on War of the Visions videos. Alright, guess what, guys? Big surprise. Light team coming out from Cop, or at least a slot 1 Lucio team. And anybody who thinks Lucio sucks, welcome to the only tournaments in Global, and here's Lucio in the Grand Finals, undefeated this week in an anything goes format. Yeah, Lucio is great. If you're a free-to-play player, if you're new, build Lucio, because he's a monster. Yeah, it is funny when people type something in a different language, and you're like, I'm just, like, I have no idea what that is, but if I see the number 18, I'm going to assume it's something that I don't want to see. What's up, Mav? I dig the emote, Mav. A big dig on the... Mav always had good emotes. If this is... Yeah. Mav always on top of his emote game. Exactly. Ashaman makes the point. Cop has basically every unit in the game, and the fact that he wins with Lucio should tell you he's a great unit. 100%. Okay, here we go. Here's the finals. Now, Cop running the Lucio team has yet to lose. It's double elimination, so this Evasion Light team will have to lose twice in order to be out. So it has to be beat twice. And one of the cool things, if you're just running Light Evade, sometimes when you lose, you just got bad luck. You could just run it again and hope for the good luck. Meanwhile, the challenger here is running a water team. So we end this tournament in the grand finals with meta Light team versus meta water team. So Light still refusing to go away, but definitely has quality challengers. And we haven't seen a ton of Light today. Really, it's just been Cop and a Thancred team that was running around making a deep run as well. Now, Aura of Blessing, there was an adjustment made by Ace before this fight. He has worked a light resist in on his Titus. Previously, this Titus was running at a luck buff for the team. Now he's running a light resist buff. However, on this map, you have 3 turns of light resistance. Everybody is going to waste at least one of those turns closing the gap. It'll be interesting to see if that ends up being a problem. Here's Lucio, the free-to-play hero. He's thinking he's going to go Saintly Wall, give himself that physical shield, which will be super effective versus the 2 physical damage carries from Ace's team in Astrius and Titus. Now, what else is this Titus set up to do? That'll be curious. Meanwhile, Locke, looking at this Celis, Dispel Dagger will remove her hate, which is a huge deal, but you can already see the amount of slash resist on Ace's team looking to carry in that way. Defense and attack buff on the group there from Titus. Cheer coming across. Here's Elena, Crystal Shine Bright, looking to continue the slash shading on the Celis. Will take her pretty low, and Lucio will look to put the dagger in her. Can he finish off the tank? He's going to hit an AoE attack right here. Luminous Grace coming out for Lucio. One of his best PvP and PvE moves. It will do a lot of damage and light debuff. Celis is down, and this light team is so fast, they're still going. The Astrius and Titus are just standing there, and Locke runs up and says, hey, Astrius, let's pop that courage. And guess who just went? Elena. Guess who's going again? Elena. Guess who's dead? Astrius. Astrius super dead. Here comes Elena. This might also kill Titus. No, it takes him to about half HP. Titus, my friend, you need to get a triple kill right now, and it's actually going to be Lucio's turn first, so actually this tournament might just be over. Here comes Crescent Break. That's 10,000 damage from Lucio right there. That's a kill, and Cop will pick up the win. GG. Cop wins round 1 of the Kingdoms Cup tournament, gaining himself the maximum amount of points. Now, a couple things to point out. If you're new and you want to join one of these tournaments, there's a link to my Discord down in the description. Make sure and click that link. Tag yourself for War of the Visions, and as a tournament player, you can join next week's tournament. We are moving to a cup format. I will post a some kind of spreadsheet or infograph about which units will be legal the next couple of weeks. It is going to be kingdom themed, so like you could only play units from Leonis or from Horn or something like that. I need to have 2 weeks worth of rules. Haven't got that ironed out yet. It's been a really busy week for me, but look for that early next week on the Discord if you want to play. Otherwise, great first week. I had a lot of fun. It's been a hell of a time. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace. Oh, my voice. All right, and grats, Cop. Grats. Who said Elena's out of the meta? Yeah, Elena came out here and just whooped people today. Okay, we need to look at the bracket and figure out how we're doing points. Lots of stuff to figure out this week. So, I'm going to get... Now, hold on. Let me see if... let me hide this for a second. I want to look at my little group chat. Okay. Yeah. I'm not going to go over what was going on. There's things said in the group chat. Let's leave. Okay. Let's look at this. So I will just use a pen for now to figure out points. But I will transfer it over to a spreadsheet super soon. I don't want to write on that because that was a note from a student. Hold on. Let me get a big piece of paper. I need a big... sticky note. No, it's out. Well, that sucks. Alright. Hold on. I got hella paper. This one's from the union. Thank you, Kansas Teachers Union, for this beautiful pad of paper. Much obliged. Okay, I'm going to write one Cop. Cop's getting 8 points. We know that, right? Now, Ace, for getting second place, will get 7 points. I definitely want first, second, and third, which would be Dervis in this case, getting points that no one else gets. So that's 8, 7, 6. Now, SandRooster in fourth will get 5. And we can change these numbers around if I need to. What's up, Kiwi? Good to see ya. Now, our 5th and 6th place finishers, which are Mr. Aloha. So let's go 5th and 6th. Is going to be Mr. Aloha and Ray. Rayleigh. I will spell that right. Rayleigh 07. Okay. Let's give them 4 points. We go back again. McCrane and Coryu. They'll be your 7th and 8th place finishers. Give them 3 points each. Let's go back again. For 9, 10, 11, and 12th place, that's going to be YB, AMTF, Meraxis, and Komos. All pick up 2 points. And then we go back one more for 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. This worked out perfectly this week. That'll be LXD, Taurus, Taurus. Oh my god. Words. Cuckington. And Skylac. We'll all get 1 point. So, I think that worked out nice. There we go. 16 people scored points tonight, but Cop, Ace, Dervis, and SandRooster take the early lead in terms of points with Cop's basically locked it in. I mean, does anybody think Cop is not making it? I sure don't. What the heck? Let me refresh this so I can save the tournament. There we go. Francesca had my back. All right. Good stuff, you guys. Good stuff. Let's put this back on the screen. Yeah, I'll get that ironed out as far as what the kingdoms look like. Expect to be able to play only stuff from kingdoms with no... Warrior of Crystals are out. They're not making it. No way. They're too strong. They're everywhere. They're totally gone. They will not be their own kingdom. We will not make the 100 cost Warrior of the Crystals kingdom. FFBE? I'm on the fence on that one, but I think I'll ban it. I don't know. How busted is FFBE? It's Elena, who's really strong. Esther, who's really strong. Oh, battery on my phone's about to die. That's nice. Hey, it made it. It made it. 15% left. We're good. Yeah. FFBE's too good, probably. We'll ban them. FFBE's gone. We'll stick to War of the Visions. Oh yeah, Mav, we've done that. Yes, collabs are banned. A Dervis, yeah, collabs are donezo. See, SandRooster, it does narrow the pool. Dr. Dickhead on YouTube asked, does Goga and Saiga count? I might combine them. It just, what I need to do, ultimately what I'm going to do, is put it all onto a piece of paper. I'm going to put it all on a spreadsheet. And then I'm going to say, like, which kingdom does not have enough? And I will give them something. We will do 1 week. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'll just have, like, unaffiliated. So, Sir McCrane, what I do with unaffiliated units is I tend to give them to, like, Ovis. Or something like that. That's what we did before Dervis, and it worked out nicely. Was we did 1 week of you could only use units from the same kingdom, and we did 1 week if you had to use one from different ones. So we'll see. I just am going to have to put it down on paper and look at it. What about the bot kingdom? Well, you're the only one in the bot kingdom, Expedient Miner. That's only you. How are we doing in Guild Wars today? I'm not going to swing because, no. But... Oh. I'm not going to swing because it's over. Well, we got this win. Sorry, Ordalia. That's unfortunate. Yeah, Cayenne's had a really good limited Guild Wars. Basically, we're just making sure that in Guild Wars Supremacy, we have to fight, like, you know, Visipor. Alright, guys, I'm going to call it there. How about we find a raid, though? We did not raid the last couple times we were on Twitch. So let's find somebody to raid. Because that's always a blast. Give somebody, if we got anybody playing some War of the Visions tonight, we'll raid them. War of the Visions. Yeah, alright, it's in my search history. That's good. What? It always shows me people who aren't playing War of the Visions. Ah. Damusaki. A new one. A new War of the Vision streamer? They got a cam? Okay. It's a new War of the Vision streamer. We will raid them. Damusaki. Alright. So if you're on Twitch, we are headed over that way. If you're on YouTube, I'm going to throw an ad break on the screen. Thank you for hanging out with us today. It's been a pleasure. And we're raiding.
Oh, hold on. Is that RJ with the rate of 50? What is up, Raiders? Welcome, welcome. How's it going, people? Thank you for the raid. How's it going? How was your stream? I'm gonna turn this off right now. This is gonna be going on real quick. What is up, people? Welcome, 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 welcome. Wow. Never expected that one. What was I doing? Right, I was doing this. How's it going, everyone? How's it going? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, this is wrong.